It is, what is today? It's Thursday, January 30th. Today, I just got back from the gym. I want to kind of reiterate. Yesterday I made a video about self-control. Today I want to talk about holding yourself accountable. As you move towards the things that you're trying to accomplish, you have to make sure that within the times of isolation that you're spending and just being alone in your mind, you have to make sure that you're holding yourself accountable as we move towards these goals. Now, that can be in whatever. You have to take this accountability into all aspects of your life. Whatever it is, let me start over, because that wasn't the base of this video. I said, I was thinking about when I was in the gym today. I was like, with this channel specifically, I don't want to lose the plot. This channel was initially made for me to express myself authentically. I don't want to lose the plot because I have another channel that I'm gearing this type of it, like sort of educational information towards. And with this channel, I don't want to lose the plot in terms of just expressing where I am in my life at this point in time. As I've mentioned over the last few days, this month has been very good for me. I found myself being much more productive. I'm much more focused, paying attention to the details of my life. I just had some cucumber water. It was nasty, I ain't gonna lie. Cucumber don't have no flavor. But making sure that I'm paying attention to the details, really crafting myself and really working on myself like an art piece, and making sure that I'm showing up for myself. I don't want to just dismiss that idea or topic of holding yourself accountable, but I want to express how that is being, or how that is existing within my life, or how I'm utilizing self-accountability. But these videos, bro, just showing up for y'all and just making things that come to mind and lessening the amount of time that is in between the thought and the action. I watched a video, I can't remember exactly who it was, but he said the people that are the most successful in life, period, are the people that take little time in between their thought or their idea for something and then making it happen. So they'll have an idea and then it's like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna go do it. And it may not be good the first time, but I can refine it. But at least I have a good foundation based on something that is as close as possible to the initial idea. So acting on things, you have to act on these things and you have to utilize your time, because I was just watching a Dan Coe video and he had, I didn't get the dude's name, but they were talking about time and how a lot of us take it for granted, and how these moments, we don't even really pay attention to how we're feeling them, and we just let the moments pass by. Especially right now, we live in a world where social media is just, it can be very advantageous to you in your life if you use it properly. But if you're not using it to create things and to learn, and you're just consuming for the sake of being entertained or just purely entertainment, you're really letting a lot of time slip away from you, and you're not really moving towards the life that you would like to live. As I mentioned before, we all have an idea in our minds of who we could be if we chose to do so, if we chose to put in the work necessary to become that person. However, a lot of us tend to stray away from that work, and a lot of us tend to just succumb to laziness. I'm definitely guilty of it in the past, but like I've said, this year, something that I'm really focused on is just utilizing my time correctly and making sure that whatever happens during the day, I'm at least showing up for myself in a way that in some aspect is going to allow me to advance within whatever it is that I want to do. Something that's going to allow me to progress and learn something. As you all can see, my lighting has got a lot better, but I would have never come to that conclusion of how to do this and where to put certain things if I hadn't at least tried and utilized my time to make things happen in a way that I can now look back at them and reflect on the things that I was doing. So I urge all of you to do. Every time I try to say that, I trip up. I gotta slow down. Damn. I urge all of you to do the same. But no, real shit. I urge all of you to do the same. There we go. That was smooth. I urge all of you to do the same. And just take your life a little bit more serious. And not take it so serious to the point that you extract all of the fun and enjoyment out of it. But there's a deep sense of enjoyment in looking at your accomplishments, or even looking at your own journey as you pursue the things that you want out of your life. That cucumber water, I'll be burping here. I gotta take a break. I think it's because every time I come over here and I eat and I drink, or every time I come over here I just probably ate or drunk something, so it just be like burps. But yeah, bro, just take your life a little bit more serious. Take it a little bit more serious. Hold yourself accountable for becoming the person that you know you want to become. I say it all the time. This channel and everything that is involved in what we're doing over here, it's not for everybody, and it's not for the majority of people, to be honest, because the majority of people aren't in pursuit of their greatest selves. They really just allow themselves to fall by the wayside, and they don't really go after the things that are going to provide them with any sense of fulfillment or use their duty that has come along with the gifts that they've been had. One of my biggest pet peeves is when I see certain celebrities say they didn't ask for opportunity or they don't feel the responsibility to be a role model. And that really bothers me, because there is inherently a responsibility to step into those shoes, to sort of teach other people when you are blessed with a gift and put in a position to where your gift is being spread amongst the masses and amongst a large amount of people. There is a responsibility to make sure that you're doing right by the people that are consuming your content. You're not supposed to lead these people to lead degrading lives, bro. That's kind of counterintuitive, and it's counterproductive, and you're misusing the gift that you have been given. If you're going to use it, you're supposed to use it to help other people. That's the whole point of it. It's not to use it. It's not to have it, to hold it and be selfish with it, and then use your ability to manipulate the situation to move people in a way that is going to then destroy their own lives. I don't like that. And then that's another area of life where one should hold themselves accountable. Okay, I have this great power. Like they say, heavy is the head that wears a crown, and with great power comes great responsibility. You have to understand that if you are blessed enough to find yourself in a position to utilize your gifts. I'm not even going to say blessed enough with a gift, because we all have a gift. You have a gift, I have a gift, but it's whether or not we choose to use it. And if you are someone that chooses to use it, you have to use it to do better by your fellow human being, to inspire those that may have gifts that lay dormant and that they might not be aware of, to use them, and understanding how they can actually use the things that they have with them to benefit their own lives and the lives of other people. That's why we do this. I think that's why, even with the tools of having this camera and having the access to the internet, I have the ability to help other people just by expressing myself and expressing my thoughts and expressing my journey and expressing my music in a way that can bring people together to have a good time. Like, that's what it's all about. And just showing up. I'm gonna show up for y'all, and I want y'all to show up for you, and I want y'all to show up for me. It's a reciprocal thing. It's about showing up. But I watched a video today about not speaking on things prematurely, and that's something that I'm also focused on right now. As you all know, like, it's Thursday the 30th of January. As of right now, I think after this video, this will be my 25th video, or no, 26th, because I was kind of celebrating yesterday. I was like, I hit a milestone, 25 videos. But at the time, I have 25 videos, hours and hours of footage. I have 5 subscribers, 2 of which are me. And that's kind of how I want it right now, as I continue to learn how to use these systems. But I also want to make sure that this is documented to be able to look back on, not only for the viewer, but for myself, because it's a good thing to be able to look at your progress. I look at a lot of my old music videos like, wow, I really did that without a very high level of understanding, but there was a will to do it, and that inspires me to do more once I gain more information on how to actually make things happen. So this is all for the journey and the documentation, but I say that to say that it's okay to do things in private. That's kind of what the video taught me, even though I knew it already, but the way it was framed, it was just work on things in silence and build them. Because a lot of times when you tell people about what it is that you're doing, they just throw negative or even criticize it, or just throw their own opinions on it. Like, it could be, I gotta stop saying like, it could be with positive intention, or it could be with negative, dismissive intention. Either way, at the early stages of you really crafting what it is that you're planning to build, you have to make sure you're building that foundation on something that is as authentic as possible. So you don't really want to share it with too many people, if anyone at all. The only people that I really told about this channel are Chuck, because I asked him could I use his light, and Alton and Davon and Tarad, because Davon and Tarad were in the video with me. And then I told Tarad I wanted him to be on the channel, just to have it, because he's on a similar journey within his life. So I told him I wanted him to be alongside of me, at least for an episode or a video or whatever, just to document it. I really like the process of documentation. But I haven't told anybody else, because One, I don't feel that it's necessary for them to know. Two, because this is my time to cultivate what it is that I'm building. I'm building something and I don't really need too many opinions or too many insights. Yo, you should do this, you should do that, or you gonna do that. I mean, I just don't really feel like hearing it. I don't think it's necessary. And I'd rather just pop out with as clear of an idea that of what I'm going to do, period. I want to make sure that it's crystal clear within my mind, and within this time I'm building it. I'm steadily making progress, and I'll continue to make progress even when the idea of what I want to do is solidified. However, at that point, and I'm getting close. I'm getting very close to that point. I'm like this. I don't know, but I feel like I'm getting close, or I should say, I feel like I've made tremendous progress in the attainment of that level or whatever it is. But there isn't even like a specific level that I'll stop at. There's just like, I know, like, I don't know how to describe it, but I just know that I'm moving in the right direction. And I really enjoy this process of making these videos in solitude. I didn't have an idea of what I was going to do when I made this video. Really, like I said, when I do these videos, they're not really in-depth detail. I really just wrote down self-accountability last night. It just came to me and I was like, okay, I want to make a video about self-accountability. And I haven't talked about that. I kind of talked about that early in the video, but this video here, it just serves as an example of showing up for yourself and building that muscle of being there for yourself, cheering yourself on. That's something that'll do you wonders, and it'll really help keep you on the right path. It'll keep you away from seeking the approval and the validation of the world when you continue to show up for yourself and you are holding yourself accountable to the standard that you are trying to meet based on the idea of the person that you are trying to become. Like I said, it all starts with an understanding of where you want to go and who you would like to become, and then living and striving to reach those standards. And as you continue to make progress, you'll look around and you'll be that person, and that person is just you. It's not anybody else outside of you. It's not someone that has already existed. It is you, but it is you at the highest level. So every day with making these videos and making these albums and going to the gym and going out and building relationships and making sure I'm dressed nice and just doing all of these things that I would do if I were to be the person that I know I'm capable of being at the highest level. But just show up and hold yourself accountable and push your limits. That's another thing. Push your limits. There's always room to grow. And as you get to the point where you've grown past where you were initially, continue to strive and continue to face that challenge. And it'll become so much easier to even rise to the challenge. You'll notice that a lot of things that were once very difficult for you are now easy, because you've held yourself accountable in rising to those standards and not only meeting, but surpassing those standards. That's something that is very important, and that's something that's going to be a very integral part of your journey as you continue to strive to be the better version of yourself, or the best version of yourself, is just thrashing and obliterating those limits that you or the world may have set on you. And that's another reason why doing things in solitude at the conception of it is so important, because there's no limit. It's just, the only limit is the limit you set on yourself. And that can be a very daunting task due to the fact that you may have certain beliefs about yourself that are not inherent, but they may have been programmed into you. It's inherent to believe in oneself, but oftentimes during childhood or young adulthood or at any point within your life, you may have situations where people try to kind of take that belief of self out of you. But it is your job through the isolation period, and as you cultivate your identity and you cultivate who you are and you reestablish yourself as someone with high self-esteem and a high belief in self and having high confidence in the person that you are capable of becoming, that you understand that the right thing to do, and really the only logical, sensible option, is to believe in yourself and to believe truly and to believe truly within the gifts that have been bestowed upon you. It is your job to take the responsibility of cultivating them and showing up and analyzing them and being like, okay, look, what is it that I'm doing wrong? How have certain decisions made me the person that I am today? How have certain experiences made me the person that I am today? And what can I do now to change it? Because it's all on you. We all walk around in our own minds, but a lot of us seek out entertainment. That goes back to what I was talking about in reference to social media. A lot of us seek out entertainment to sort of distract us from the responsibility that is personal growth. Personal growth is something that you should strive towards every single day in all aspects of your life. There should be no aspect of your life that goes neglected, period. And sometimes I can't say all that, because there is a time for imbalance. I think in pursuit, some things may fall by the wayside. So I do have to say that some things may not get the attention that you may want to give them at certain periods of your life, due to the fact that what you're striving towards needs more attention. And that's perfectly fine. Kobe Bryant talks about that a lot. Talks about the sacrifice of relationships and just not being there always when he wanted to be, because his goal of becoming the best basketball player was the most important to him. And that's something I'm still working through. Kobe's one of my biggest inspirations. He's just a different type of being. But yeah, though, so showing up, holding yourself accountable, and just be great. And be great, and understand that everything you do, no matter how big or small, if it's with the intention of making you better, and you show up and you give it the best effort that you possibly can, it is making a difference. Now, that difference may not be visible immediately, but I urge you to trust and believe that it is making a difference, whether you can see it right now or not. Because as you look up and you get to different parts of your journey, you'll look back and be like, wow, I'm glad I developed that discipline in something that was so small, because that discipline then translated into another aspect of my life, and that discipline translated into another aspect of my life. Now I've developed just being a disciplined human being all around the board, based on these small little habits that I've added to my daily regimen or my daily life, and just it'll allow me to grow. So yeah, I'm gonna end that right there. Self-accountability and just showing up for yourself. I think I've said that in the last few videos, because it's something that's very true, and it'll always reign true. The more you show up for yourself, the more you'll be able to show up for other people. But you can't continue to give from an empty cup. There comes a time where you need to take that time to cultivate who it is that you are, and build a strong foundation, and build on top of that strong foundation, period. That's how they build skyscrapers. But that is that for that video. I'm gonna go do something else. I'm gonna try to do something else. I'm gonna edit it real quick, and I'm gonna let me turn this on. Oh, it's already on. I'm gonna edit it real quick, and then I'm gonna put it on YouTube. So it should be up in a few hours. These videos take a little bit longer. I think I want to get a new MacBook soon. I have a MacBook Pro from 2017, I believe. It does a good job. I've edited all my music videos up until this point. Not all of them, a lot of them. The first music videos I edited at MSU. I think I edited every video. I think the first video I edited on this computer was tailgate season. I think it was tailgate season. And so every music video since then has been edited on this computer. But the ones before that, I edited at the MSU in the Commerce building. Yeah, so I'm thinking about getting a new MacBook soon, just so I can have a little bit more power. These videos, it takes like 40 minutes to export on Premiere, depending on how long the video is. Then it'll take like an hour or two to upload on YouTube. I need faster, but it's working for now. So I'm not complaining. But once again, I thank you all for watching this channel and following along on Nick's journey. I am Nick Johnson, aka your favorite cousin, and if I haven't already, I officially welcome you all to the Purple Era. I'm gonna catch you on the next one.